This is the Obsbot Meter SE, and I've been using this for the past 3 months, and there's a lot of things I do really like about this, and some things that might be worth considering when it comes to getting this for your own use. So, let's talk about it. Now first, let's just break down some of the main things you should actually know about the Obsbot Meter SE, from tech, performance, and just what you can expect with this webcam. Now of course, to keep in mind, this is the SE, which is the more entry-level version from Obsbot. You have the SE, the Me 2, and then you also get 4K versions, which there are so many to choose from, but this is going to be the cheapest option, which is priced at $69. So what are some of the main specs with the Meter SE? Now you are getting a 1 to 2.8 inch CMOS sensor, which does give you up to 1080p 100 fps, which is very useful, and you can definitely see it when you use it. You are getting an aperture of f1.8, which means you are getting way more light into the sensor. You also do have autofocus built in, which is useful for many scenarios, and does help a lot if you do plan to show products, which can be a very good thing for a lot of creators, and does have an ISO range of 100 to 12,800. Which isn't too bad for this type of webcam. And of course, the main talks about this webcam with marketing is the fact that this is an AI-powered webcam. Now, with some of the main internal specs done, let's just talk about external. Now, you are getting a magnetic lens cover, which is very useful for those who are wanting to have more privacy, which is a big plus to have. It's nice to have it. It just snaps on, and when you are not using it, you can snap it onto the stand, which, by the way, the included stand is very useful, very sturdy, and is magnetic. So if you do want to adjust it to face down to your desk if you're wanting to show a product, or even have a certain angle you're wanting to have, you can do it with the included stand. If you don't want to use the included clip, you can just use the thread that is underneath, which means you can technically put it on a tripod if you wanted to put it in a certain scenario. And of course, one of the main things that might make this stand out to you a lot more as a creator is that you have horizontal or vertical, because you can just flip it to the side on the magnetic clip, and it will switch to vertical mode, which can be very useful for those that do plan to do mostly vertical videos. But now let's actually show some of the performance you can get with the Obsbot Meter SE, especially compared to some of its competitors. Okay, so we are currently testing out the Obsbot Meter SE. Now this is obviously just to give you an idea of what it looks like in just daytime. Now just to also test out the limitations when it comes to outdoor light, that's what it looks like with just some light coming in. And what's nice about just using the Obsbot Meter SE, if you do use HDR, which I am currently using, it does adjust a lot better when it comes to light in the background. So if you do have constant light coming in from behind the scenes, then you will definitely have no worries at all with the Meter SE. And what also makes it better is it does look pretty more natural with the HDR enabled. Now, of course, we're not going to be doing any tweaks to the settings that we currently have, but this is just give you a rough idea of what it looks like, especially for your own personal use. And obviously once we have closed it, it will autofocus, which is useful, especially if you're wanting to change some scenes or having more users join in the frame. Now, of course, just to show some of the gesture controls for the Meter SE, you can just put your hand up to have it enable tracking mode, where of course, it does track really nicely and does keep you in frame. Like, do keep in mind, depending on how much space you have in your room, depends on how much it will actually track you. So if I do get out of frame, it'll just go back to normal, but once you re-enter into frame, you'll indeed be tracked back in. Now if you do want to make it stop, then just put your hand out, and it'll stop it, and revert back to the normal frame. But if you're wanting to do maybe a close-up, you can just do an L shape, it will zoom in. Or you could basically technically say it as a zoom in type of gesture. Now something that I do want to keep in mind, especially if you do plan to use this for live streaming or just conferences, is that gesture control can have some downsides when it comes to maybe you are showing some gestures with your hands. It can accidentally pick up your hand and do enable some of the settings. So that can be a bit of a downside for a lot of users. But to keep in mind, if you do use the Obsbot Meter SE software, you can just disable it. But if you do want to just keep it enabled, do be careful with your hands going around, because if it just sees your hand, it will do the following setting. So just a nice little thing to just keep in mind. Now of course, it's not fair to just talk about the one camera, but it's actually competed against a well-known webcam that a lot of users have used before, which is going to be the Logitech C922 Pro, which is a really well-known webcam when it comes to a lot of users that are wanting to do streaming, content creation, or just a standard webcam. So let's get to the side by side. Now, of course, for me, looking straight ahead, this is me looking at the Obsbot Meter SE, and then looking to this side is going to be the Logitech. Now, just to keep in mind, these are just standard settings. This is nothing being changed to how the cameras look. This is just raw performance. Now, of course, when it comes to looking at the Logitech does have the limitation of 1080p at 30 frames per second, compared to Obsbot Meter SE 100 frames per second and 1080p. Now, just to give obviously the same test we did with just standard use with the Obsbot Meter SE, if we bring in background light, the Logitech does lose a lot of focus, but the Meet SE can still keep that focus because of the help of HDR. Now, something I do want to keep in mind is once you turn off HDR on your webcam, do not worry, the Obsbot Meet SE still can capture a decent amount of detail, but it will get similar to the Logitech in some cases. And maybe just give an example of just some light coming in. This is what it looks like with just some light coming in directly, which does kind of fill in the background with some light, which I mean, does actually help the Logitech a little bit more. Now, of course, if you are someone that's going to be using a lot of cameras for streaming, or you're just wanting to use either of these two that I'm using right now, you might want to adjust some settings, but in my books, if you're wanting just something that is plug and play and works pretty nicely, the Obsbot Meter SE will definitely be the best choice to go for. But now let's just have some fun and just test out the built-in microphone for the Meter SE. Now personally, I have not really used this for any of my streaming, so I haven't really used it. I actually must have been using the Fine K688. But let's just switch over to the mic that is built in. And now we should be on the built-in mics that is found with the Meter SE. Now, of course, I don't know how this sounds like at the moment, but then in the console layer, do you think you would use the built-in mics, or would you rather just use your standard mics? But in any case, if you are wanting to just use some built-in mics instead of having another microphone set up, it can be very useful, but do keep in mind it's not going to be the best mic quality you have on the market. Now, something to keep in mind, we are shooting this currently at daytime, so we haven't shown how I can do it at nighttime scene, or just without actually support light. Because right now we have the bedroom light on, we have our full light from the left, and we have our full light on the right. So, let's just turn the one light off, which you can really see there's some big difference. If we turn off the other light, this is just what it looks like with our bedroom light on. But let's quickly just show what it looks like without the bedroom light on, just so you can get an idea of what the lighting situation can be like, especially in this type of setting where you might have a room that is a bit brighter. And now, this is just without any lights on and just relying on light that is coming into the room from the windows. But let's just show what you can actually expect with some light coming through the background. So now, we got more light coming into the room, and I mean, it is holding up pretty nicely, which I think is going to be a nice plus for a lot of users that are wanting to have a webcam that can adjust in any scenario and not having to worry about settings. But now it is time to test out the Obsbot Meter SE for nighttime use. Now this is the current lighting setup we have for our live streams that I do over on Twitch, Kick, YouTube, and even on TikTok. And this is actually proving how well it can do in good lighting situations. Now if we do bring in one of the lights a little bit closer, you can see it's actually able to capture the light enough, and it's not causing too much of a haze around, which is pretty useful. Now, if we do, for example, change it to certain colors, it can affect what the camera can sense. So if we do change the colors a little bit, you can see it looks fine, but when it comes to some of your blues, it can have some effects to the Meter SE, especially when it comes to purple. But if you do plan to use this in a low light setting, it should be fine. And also, it's really useful for any setups that might include a lot of lighting in the background, so you don't have to worry about that at all, especially if you do plan to use this for your live streaming setup. Now, of course, if you do recall at the beginning of the video, we were talking about the autofocus function, which essentially, we should be able to actually show a product, and we'll focus onto the product instead of our faces. But let's test it out with maybe my microphone that I normally use for recordings. And there we go, it actually does focus really nicely. And if we bring it a little bit closer, it does show a decent amount of detail, which can be very useful. And then once you move it, it does autofocus nicely to your face. And you can see the effects basically change pretty simultaneously. Now let's just bring in maybe more of a different type of color into frame. And it does also focus it pretty nicely. And then if we move it out, you can easily see how it can adjust straight to any scene. So I'm going to definitely say if you do plan to use this a lot to show different products on your streams or even recording, this can be pretty useful. But now that we showed the performance, what are some of the downsides that I've noticed with me using it for the past 3 months for content creation, live streaming, and of course using it for some meetings? I think one of the main limitations that I do find about the Meter SE is definitely the gesture control. Now I did actually mention this earlier on in the video, But I will definitely say something I do find a bit finicky is that if you do have your hands around, it can easily trigger it, which is a big downside for me personally, especially if I'm doing a live stream or recording, because I have to reset and redo the whole segment all over again. So if you do not plan to really use much gesture control, I would recommend to just turn it off, or just don't really show your hands too much. But I'm pretty sure Obsbot will probably have an update very soon. They can kind of fix that so it isn't too sensitive to that type of scenario. Now, not just that, there is something I do find that can be a bit annoying for a lot of users, is that sometimes if you try to adjust it too much, it can easily fall off the magnetic clip. Now, obviously this does depend on how much strain you have on the cable that is plugged in, but can cause a lot of issues for a lot of users that might want to adjust it for their own recording use. But what are my actual thoughts of the Meet SE, what I've been using for the past 3 months? Now, if you are someone that is starting out in content creation, or you're wanting to do some live streaming, this is a good choice to go for. It is a lot more affordable than most webcams on the market, it does deliver some good video quality, and with all the built-in AI that you can actually use, it does give it a lot of perks to it. And I mean, in my full honesty, I think this is going to be the best choice for a lot of creators that want to not break the bank too much to get their quality for their videos to look a lot better. And of course, one of the main things I do really like is the small form factor. The fact that I can just carry it around, put it in a bag, and travel around with it without any issues just makes it a lot more versatile for any person that might want to use it. And the fact that Obsbot actually does include also an adapter for those that might not really use the USB Type-C to USB Type-C for their own system, but rather USB Type-C to USB Type-A, does make it a lot more versatile for a lot of creators. But otherwise, let me know in the comments below, do you think you'll pick up the Obsbot Meet SE for yourself, or would you recommend any other webcams that are on the market that's in the same price range? But I hope you guys enjoyed it. See you guys next one. Be safe as always, and have a good day onwards. Bye.